Cześć, witam Was w kolejnym odcinku serii Zagrajmy Broken Sword, Cień Templariuszy. Poprzedni odcinek skończyliśmy sobie właśnie tutaj w jakichś podziemiach, z których dostaliśmy się z kanałów. Natomiast teraz zajrzymy sobie czy też przez dziurę w ścianie i zobaczymy, co się dzieje na dole tych podziemi. Tak więc spójrzmy.
In the beginning was the end.
An end wrought by our enemies began our darkness.
In the end will be a beginning.
An end to our enemies heralds our new day.
Report.
The military establishments are in flux. The end of the Cold War has left them with no clear goal and as obvious targets for budgetary cuts. We have successfully promoted a sense of betrayal in the upper echelons. They feel that the politicians have cast them adrift. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Good. Mademoiselle?
Governments are giving the corporations more respect than their own citizens. A groundswell of dissatisfaction and dissidence is growing. The corporations are becoming too large and complex for their own executives to control them. A blind belief in market forces is accelerating this trend the world over. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
The global population's belief in those that govern it has never been lower. We have inculcated a sense of immediacy and action over forethought and planning in all the major governments. They are acting on hasty decisions that cannot be completed or revoked without appearing foolish. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Excellent. The tired old governments are dying a slow death from their own incompetence and our machinations. The millennium is almost upon us, and everything is in place for the rise of our new order. Almost. Professor, where is the broken sword?
As we discussed last time, with the loss of the manuscript, our search is as a corollary hindered.
And as discussed last time, you have been furnished with a dramatically increased budget. What have you been doing with our money, Professor?
We are working on the principle that the Templars, that is to say our predecessors,
Hold on. These are the Templars?
must have left a trail when they were hiding the clues to the sword of Baphomet's location. I have a small army of historians and archaeologists ferreting out that trail.
I trust these historians and archaeologists are more trustworthy than your friend Pegram.
Pegram was loyal. He tried to protect the Lochmarn gem when the Hashashin came near.
And failed. And don't call that Syrian maniac the Hashashin. He's an assassin. Plain and simple.
That's not what he believes. He actually thinks.
Silence! Do I have to remind you that we have a sacred duty? A trust? When Philippe attempted to destroy the order, we lost the sword and our power with it. Now we have the opportunity to reforge it. But time is short. We need results, not petty bickering, not excuses. Now, Professor Baphomet.
Yes, of course, my apologies. We will find Baphomet and the sword, manuscript or no. We have already found another element actually within Paris.
Excellent. What is it?
Well, we're not exactly sure at present.
Ha!
But I have my best people working on it. You would do well not to criticize others, Eklund. At least I have not murdered one of our own.
Of course. That guy was the bogus doctor in the hospital.
Marquet was a liability. Eklund dealt with him on my orders.
I beg your pardon, Grandmaster. I did not mean to.
Have you any good news for us, Professor?
We already know 3 of the elements. We know that Klausner had obtained the lens before he vanished.
Where was he?
Syria. We know that he arrived, but after that, nothing.
The assassin.
I fear so. It's a shame. Klausner was a good operative.
No i proszę, szczęśliwie udało nam się podsłuchać moment akurat, kiedy jest spotkanie. Natomiast teraz spojrzymy sobie jeszcze raz przez tą dziurę, żeby upewnić się, czy spotkanie się już zakończyło, ponieważ zejście na dół w tym momencie mogłoby być dość ryzykowne, tak więc spójrzmy raz jeszcze.
This will be our last meeting in person until we locate the sword of Baphomet. I hope that I don't need to emphasize the importance of finding it. Without it, our endeavors come to nothing. With the sword reforged, we will have the power to sweep the stage of all opposition. The new millennium will belong to us. The next time that we meet, it will be to become the princes of this world!
Dobra, spotkanie się zakończyło, tak więc teraz będziemy mogli już bezpiecznie zejść sobie na dół. Natomiast tutaj jest bardzo ciekawa sprawa. Zwróćcie uwagę teraz na George'a, jak on schodzi z tych schodów. Mam na myśli samą animację, ponieważ jest to gra mniej więcej z tego samego okresu, co pierwsze King Questy. I tam, jeżeli nawet chcecie sobie porównać, to zajrzyjcie do serii na moim kanale, w jaki sposób tam było animowane schodzenie po schodach, a jak wygląda to właśnie tutaj. Jest to coś niesamowitego, bez porównania. Tymczasem wracamy sobie teraz do zagadki i w pierwszej kolejności obejrzymy ten krąg znajdujący się na ziemi, tak więc spójrzmy.
There was a large circle marked out on the floor with a stump in the middle. Around the circle I could see words inlaid into the stone.
I w tym miejscu oczywiście mamy do czynienia z zagadką. Widzicie, że można tutaj coś zrobić na tym środkowym pniu. Tak więc to, co będziemy chcieli zrobić, to oczywiście postawimy tutaj trójnóg. Zresztą widać, że jest on raczej do tego przeznaczony. Tak, trójnożek już sobie stoi, tak więc oczywiście teraz na samą górę położymy sobie klejnot, no i zobaczymy, co się dalej wydarzy.
The light falling from above struck the gem and scattered in 5 neat rays, and each ray picked out a letter. Starting from the seal, I could read M-A-R-I-B. Marib. Now all I had to do was figure out what the heck that meant. Nico, I've seen them.
Who?
The Templars. I spied on their meeting in the catacombs.
And you saw the Knights Templar?
I saw a bunch of guys masquerading as Templars. They're after something called the Sword of Baphomet. The bogus doctor was there, the guy who killed Marquet. The manuscript is the key, just as we thought. It shows the way to the broken sword, whatever that is.
And how does the assassin fit into all this?
He's out to stop them. These Neo-Templars, they're men and women in influential positions. Don't you see? Plantar was one of them. The assassin killed him for the manuscript, to stop them finding the sword.
But now we have got the manuscript.
Yes.
So, how do they hope to find the sword?
I don't know. They said something about a lens and a guy called Klausner who's gone to Syria. But they didn't seem to realize the significance of the very site of their meeting. You see, after they'd gone, I discovered a stone pedestal and a carved inscription. I set up the gem on the tripod, directly below a beam of light. The gem split the beam and lit the letters M-A-R-I-B.
Marib is a village in Syria.
Then the Neo-Templars are ahead of us. Klausner beat me to it.
You're not thinking of going there yourself, are you?
Why not?
These guys are crazy and dangerous. That reminds me, you should leave the gem here.
Okay, what about the tripod?
I'll send it back to André, anonymously.
Tutaj sytuacja nam się dosyć mocno rozwinęła, mamy 2 nowe lokacje, w które moglibyśmy się udać, tak więc teraz pożegnajmy się już z Nicole.
Do you think I should go to Marib?
Syria is a long way, Georges.
Tak, tutaj ta rada, czy też komentarz Nicole jest po prostu bezcenny. Niemniej jednak, tak czy inaczej, daleko czy blisko, mamy 2 lokacje i powinniśmy je odwiedzić. Teraz od nas będzie tak naprawdę zależało, do której z lokacji udamy się w pierwszej kolejności. Jedna z nich to jest właśnie Marib w Syrii, natomiast drugą lokacją jest Hiszpania. I tutaj tak naprawdę teraz powinniśmy się udać na lotnisko, co też sobie właśnie uczynimy. Wybierzemy się do aeroportu. Tak, i teraz kluczowa decyzja należy do nas, czy wybierzemy się do Hiszpanii, czy wybierzemy się do Syrii. Ja na początek zdecyduję się na podróż do Hiszpanii, później Wam wytłumaczę, dlaczego akurat taka decyzja, a nie inna, aczkolwiek nie jest to jakieś kluczowe, jeżeli chodzi o samą rozgrywkę. Możecie sobie wybrać to, co Wam się bardziej podoba. Jak widzicie, jesteśmy już na miejscu. No i tutaj oczywiście mamy kolejne pięknie namalowane tła. No ale już nie będę tutaj się rozpływać nad grafiką. Przechodzimy do rozgrywki. Jak widzicie, mamy tutaj jakiegoś pana, który podlewa sobie trawnik. Tak więc naturalnie zaczniemy sobie rozmowę od niego.
Hi, is this the De Vasconcelos house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the De Vasconcelos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the countess and myself.
Jak widzicie, od razu możemy poruszyć temat templariuszy, tak więc zróbmy to.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why? Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcelos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
No, she hasn't won the lottery.
A more cunning man might have claimed that she had.
Oh yeah? They might have, might they?
And that more cunning man would have been kicked off the premises. The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
Okay. Well, I'll see you around.
Adios.
Staruszek, jak widzicie, jest dosyć specyficzny, natomiast pomimo tego, co nam powiedział, to spróbujemy sobie wejść do willi, bowiem dlaczego nie? Dobrze byłoby spotkać się z tą omawianą już hrabiną, tak więc spróbujmy po prostu na bezczela wejść sobie do posiadłości.
Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
No niestety, pomimo że staruszek stoi do nas tyłem, to i tak zauważył naszą próbę wejścia do posiadłości, tak więc oczywiście będziemy musieli zrobić coś takiego, co spowoduje, że odwrócimy uwagę staruszka i będziemy mogli sobie na spokojnie dostać się do tegoż domu. W tym celu wykorzystamy nasz aparat do mierzenia ciśnienia, który zabraliśmy ze szpitala, chociaż no nie wiem dobrze w którym momencie, i założymy go na wąż do podlewania.
I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone.
Tutaj z jakiegoś powodu gra zignorowała fakt, że użyliśmy przedmiotu na tym wężu, ale to nie szkodzi, użyjemy go po raz kolejny. No i myślę, że teraz właśnie odetniemy dopływ wody staruszkowi, co spowoduje, że będzie musiał się tym zainteresować i być może mniejszą uwagę skupi na nas, co pozwoli nam niejako włamać się do środka, tak więc przekonajmy się.
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See,
horse never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it? See, you.
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my horse has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
Dobra, odzyskaliśmy kontrolę nad naszym bohaterem, tak więc teraz spróbujemy zakraść się do środka, tuż za staruszkiem. Oczywiście miejmy nadzieję, że nie wydarzy się nic takiego, co by spowodowało, że ten dowiedziałby się o naszej obecności. Teraz, jak widzicie, jest do nas plecami, tak więc szybciutko odbijemy sobie tutaj jakby w stronę tej bramy, żeby nas człowiek nie wypatrzył. Ale jak widzicie, no tu jest kolejny problem, ponieważ tam są psy, więc szybciutko schowamy się za zbroją, ponieważ narobiliśmy niesamowicie dużo hałasu.
I hid behind the armor and waited for developments.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
Dobra, staruszek poszedł w kierunku psiarni, tak więc szybciutko teraz udamy się na górę, żeby nas nie przyłapał. No i miejmy nadzieję, że spotkamy wspomnianą hrabinę.
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you'd just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
Thank you.
Oczywiście pojawił nam się temat dotyczący templariuszy, tak więc poruszmy go.
I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago, and as for the Vasconcelos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened, happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me. Lopez, unlock the door, por favor. This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Oh,
Come with me.
Hey, senor.
yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
Dostaliśmy pozwolenie, żeby się tu troszeczkę porozglądać, jednak najważniejszym przedmiotem jest ten ołtarzyk, na którym znajduje się księga.
On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey! It's a checkerboard! Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. Some of the squares had little jagged holes in the middle.
Okazuje się, że pod księgą jest szachownica, tak więc zapytajmy o to hrabinę.
May I ask you something?
You may ask.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern, purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart, you cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it? I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes, the old chess set! Oh, damn the game! Now hurry! My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
You certainly know your history.
What's your opinion of the Templars, Senor Stobart?
The Templars? Well, they seem no worse than a lot of the knightly orders.
You are mistaken. Compared to the simpering politicians of the Hospitallers or the brutish Teutonics, the Knights Templar were the embodiment of chivalry. The filthy, money-grabbing French king and his pet pope did a great wrong. A bane settled upon my family at the whim of that self-seeking tyrant.
It was all a long time ago.
Some things don't die. Injustice is one of them.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos, is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. The bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again. Lopez, you have the pieces.
Si, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady. My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
Tutaj chyba nie będziecie zaskoczeni, że mamy do czynienia z zagadką, zagadka typu szachowego, natomiast omówimy sobie tą zagadkę i rozwiążemy ją już w ramach kolejnego odcinka. Na dziś to będzie już tyle. Mam nadzieję, że odcinek Wam się podobał, że całą serię ogląda Wam się bardzo przyjemnie. No i oczywiście zapraszam Was do kolejnego odcinka, a tymczasem żegnam się z Wami, tak więc trzymajcie się. Hej!